Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys, this is a little bit of a test. Just bear with me. Okay, yeah, guys, if you're logging on now, I'm just doing a quick test. If Dean logs in, then absolutely fine. Dean, let's invite you. Add. Hey, here we go. Adam, great. Thanks for joining me. Chris, thanks for watching. Saying hello to everyone. Dean, good. And there we are. Here we go.
Hello.
Okay, this is a little bit earlier than anticipated, so let's start this. Bear with me.
Sorry, get it up and away.
Every hero needs a theme tune. So, let's do this. Okay, so we've got a special Facebook Live one night. And again, my camera is always going to be a little bit on the fiddly side. Guys, if you want to get in any questions about promoting or anything like that, please get involved. The more questions that you ask, the more longer this will go for. If not a problem there. I've got plenty of questions for Dean. Okay, so how are you finding things out there, Dean?
Oh, not bloody good at the minute. Like, I'll be totally honest with you. I'm just absolutely fed up with this coronavirus, and I literally just want to get back out there and get back in that ring, and just do what I do best, really.
And basically, from what you're telling me, yeah, and everyone else, is to get back out there and promote. Now, let me just break it down for everyone out here who's watching this. Dean is a pro wrestling promoter based up in Newcastle. Am I right there?
Well, South Shields, but I'll let you off in Newcastle because that's the main city.
Guys, it all sounds northern to me, so don't worry about it. Matt, how you doing? I hope you're okay. Dan, I'm glad that you joined in. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be talking about the professional wrestling industry, its promoting side, and more importantly, the pitfalls behind the promoting side and how you have been able to survive for so long in an ever-changing environment. And if there's any kind of tips that you can pass on to any budding promoters out there, feel free to share them. Yeah. So, Dean, tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself. What made you get started in the professional wrestling industry?
Well, I mean, it actually all started back in the '90s when I was about 6 or 7 years old. Um, it all started one night when I was watching. Well, actually, my first time. It actually all started when I was about 6 or 7 years old when I first started watching wrestling
Okay.
on the telly when the WWE was known as WWF back in the days,
Yeah.
and I can actually still remember the time when my mum was still here, and when she used to let me stay up watching like the wrestling every single Monday night, and on a Tuesday daytime I wouldn't go to school at all because I was just absolutely tired of sorry, I meant to say I was actually really, really tired of like from the night before watching the wrestling till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, and then, but as but then as time went on, I just got into it so much, and then run about 2002, I think it was. I went to my first ever WWE event, which was in Newcastle at the time as well, and I can still remember meeting the likes of Edge, The Undertaker, Kane, Hulk Hogan, all them great characters, and then after that, we would go to the airport and just meet them really, and where the security was an absolute nightmare as well at the actual time. Well, when I mean security, I mean like WWE security, proper tough little buggers, I tell you. Oh, unbelievable.
Sorry. Yeah,
And
sorry.
then,
Sorry.
sorry. And then after that, we would just sorry. And then after that, I would just go back home and just just think just like actually think about what me first ever WWE experience was. It was absolutely amazing, proper live event, and I can still remember being at that event actually with my granddad when he was still here as well, because it was my granddad that actually took me. Sorry, I meant to say it was actually my granddad that took me to my first ever WWE event. And I was only about, I think I was only about 13 then at the time when I went to my first ever WWE event.
It seems like there's a
So
general thread, with people I talk to who enjoy the wrestling circuit and have actually followed it into a professional area, is that their first experience has been the WWE or WWF. Oh,
yeah,
I hope you're doing
yeah,
okay. And you have also followed that same thread. You've got into it through being a fan of the glamorous WWF. So, what made
yeah.
you decide to take on the role of getting involved within the wrestling scene in the UK?
Well, getting like involved in wrestling in the UK, that actually all came up when I went to my first ever WWE event, because when my granddad took me to my first ever WWE event, I said to my granddad, I want to do this. I want to give this a try. And maybe one day I can do this. Maybe one day be a promoter. And then, and then, and then at the age about, I think I was about 18, 17, 16 or 17, maybe 18ish at the time when I did my first ever training session. And I was just absolutely nervous and scared. And after that, it was just I just got it. Well, my first training session didn't really go down too well, and the promoter just told me to do one, and I was like, oh, hang on a minute, am I even gonna break into the business at this stage? And then after that, I just went home, just literally crying and that, because I actually thought I wasn't going to live my dream or anything like that. But as time went on, I didn't train for about 1 or 2 years until one day I was out and about with me mates and that and stuff, and I saw like some kind of a wrestling poster,
Mm.
and then I actually went to that wrestling company. Sorry, I actually went to that show,
Mm.
and I had a word with the promoter, and I asked him if he does training. He said, "I come along to training, mate. We'll see what we can do. See if we can get you into it." And after that, I went to my first training session, and it was absolutely my first training session for this other promotion, I meant to say, and I just went, and then I just fell in love with it, and they were just training me, very very respectful guys and all that, and but I mean, my first training session, I did find it really really tough, because the coach at the time was actually really really shouting at us, and I didn't really like expect that.
Mm.
But I mean, when a coach actually shouts at you, that means the coach wants you to like really, really like do it properly and all
Yeah.
that and stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you do in the ring, and um, but then as time went on, I just got into it so much, and I can still remember. I think it was about a year later after when I first started training. It was about a year later. I can still remember my first ever match as well. It was a tag team match. Myself and old school Billy Morrison against Nicky Starr and Matty Hope, I think it was called.
Mm.
I think I remember correctly. Um, and um, and then as time went on, I just created a CV and just sending it all over the place. And then come around about 2015 or 2016, I was actually not getting many bookings at all, because apparently, because of the way I actually broke into the business and that
Mm.
and stuff, there is a lot of people up here in the northeast that didn't really like me for whatever reason. I don't know the reason behind it, but apart from that, it was around about 2016. Was it 2016? It was 2016. It was 2016. I went down into the living room when I was living with me nana,
Yeah.
and I asked me nana, thinking, I wonder what it would be like to actually have my own wrestling company.
Mm.
And then me nana said, well, why don't you just give it a go and see what happens? And I was like, do you know what? I think I do. And that's when I came up with the name. When I went back up to my bedroom, just thinking what it would be like, and who should I have on shows and that, like to build a proper roster and all that and stuff. And that's how it all got started. I just decided to create my own promotion, and I confirmed the first ever show, which was October 22nd, 2016. That was a proper first show as well, and it was completely sold out. It was absolutely amazing. We had like WWE, we had like El Ligero, who's now in WWE. We also had Prince Amin, and
Yeah.
some of the biggest stars of the northeast as well. yeah, absolutely brilliant. And ever since then, I've just been gone. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't been getting like much crowds than I have compared to what I like first started because I mean basically promoting in the northeast now is an absolute nightmare because you got so many promotions. And I mean, I don't want to sound like disrespectful, yeah, but I'm going to be totally honest with you. The Northeast wrestling scene is the worst in the country for God knows how long because there's so many promotions now, and I think there's around about between 5 and 10, maybe more now. But it's just absolutely ridiculous now the amount of promotions up here in the Northeast. Oh God, I'm
It's
absolutely
funny
sick
you
of it,
say that.
and I'm in it.
It's so funny you
Sorry.
say that, and the reason why I say it's funny you say that is because I've heard the same thing in the southwest,
Yeah,
southeast, Wales, Scotland. I've heard the same, and
yeah,
I've heard, yeah, there's more promotions, and it becomes a lot more harder. But what I've also heard is how promoters have overcome a lot of the challenges by having more promotions. Because yes,
yeah,
for the people who are talent, they do need to have a way of feeding themselves, and the promoters will have a raft of talent that they can actually promote. But
hmm
the biggest challenge that I've found with promoters, just in general,
hmm
is the places that they're promoting in. It's trying to get the hold of that, that hard-earned pound coin to go to your promotion over the other promotion. Now, I know in the past
hmm
you've been quite successful at it because remind me the promotion's name is EWE. What did it stand for?
That's exciting wrestling entertainment.
Right. So even with that being, hello Lily, I hope you're okay, girl. Thanks for joining us. Um, Even with that, you've overcome a lot of, see, salesman talk, I'm going to say, is objections. But you've come a lot of hurdles and obstacles that have been put in your way.
Yeah,
You've also found,
yeah,
within those years I've actually known you, not just promoting, but you've also found within wrestling as an industry, other areas that you as a person can be involved in, as a referee,
yeah,
as someone who can work behind the scenes, giving advice and
yeah,
guidance because of your experience. You actually done it off your own back. It wasn't like you had a
yeah.
wrestling promotion given to you. Plus, I can't remember if you had a school as well off the back of it, or if it was just a promotion. But to handle a promotion, and again, from speaking to many promoters right across the board, whether it is wrestling, whether it is music, whether it is theatre, they all suffer the same thing, which is getting the people out of their comfort zone into the seats. And that
Yeah.
keeps evolving how you do it. Laurie, thanks for joining, girl. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. The thing about getting people in to those seats as well is through promoting. There's two ways to promote, and this has come from all the knowledge I've learned from talking to various promoters. There's glamorous promoting,
Yeah.
which is the promos, the videos, all that kind of stuff is wonderful. And then there's a non-glamorous promoting, getting out when it's raining, when it's dark, when it's cold, going out there, putting up the posters, leaflet dropping, being told, no, don't put this in here. When you're
Yeah.
doing that kind of thing, because, obviously the promoter will go out there to show the way, but they have to learn the way first. So when you started going out
Yeah.
there, doing it yourself, what was the sort of things that you encountered as oh, I had to overcome this. How do I overcome it? How did you keep going?
Um, the only reason I keep going is just literally like like just keep on like promoting all the shows and all that and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is in this business, the worst thing in this business for any promoter is promoting the show,
Yeah.
especially when the talents don't even, especially when you book your talents and you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute, he's actually got like a good number of people on his page and all that and stuff, you know what I mean, on his Facebook page. Um, but I mean, the only thing is, just because he's got that many people on the page, doesn't mean all them people are going to turn up
Exactly.
at the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Um, and the other worst thing is actually going out, putting posters up when you've got like, excuse me, the worst thing about being a promoter at the minute is is when you got like other promoters like in your backyard and that and stuff, and they always go down. They always like go out, and if they actually see any one of your other posters, they'll just rip them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the most stupidest thing. And I'll be totally honest with you now. That's what's happened to me very, very a lot, a really, really lot.
See,
and it's absolutely it's awful.
I've always been of the opinion that no matter how small a promotion is, or the venue can only seat a certain amount of people. The money is going to still be spread around. The more promotions that there are, unless it's a stadium filler, you don't have to worry about ripping down posters. If people can't attend a show that week, they can attend 2 weeks down the road. The pie is big enough for everyone. That's how I feel. And you always find it with smaller-minded people in terms of, no, we want the same customer going there to come here. They may not enjoy the same product. Not everyone enjoys rom-coms. Not everyone enjoys action movies. It's the same with wrestling scenes. The wrestling promotion, pro wrestling circuit, you will have the adult orientated, you will have the family orientated, you will have the little mix between the indies and the families and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So there's a pie. There's different people out there that will enjoy your product. So I do feel that more people should work together. That's me personally.
To be honest with you, I totally agree with you. I honestly think promotions should actually work together. But to be quite honest with you, I've actually got 1 or 2 promotions that in the northeast up here that apparently I don't like and they don't like me. So we just go our separate ways and that. You know what I mean? I mean myself and a really good promotion up here called Uproad Championship Wrestling, UCW. I actually highly recommend. I actually highly recommend you check them out because myself and the 2 lads that run that promotion, we're literally really, really close, and we got a great friendship going on in there. You know what I mean? And it's absolutely amazing. Well, absolutely brilliant. What was that?
I mean, I'm just going to say this for all the viewers who are out there watching or will watch this on the replay. Some of you will know that I also do professional wrestling as a manager. And one of the people I approached was Dean a long time ago. When I was going all over the country and putting out the tycoon character everywhere. And, we were going to actually have a point where I was going to come up to South Shields, Newcastle for EWE. But unfortunately, events have happened since that, locked it all down. I hope that one day I will be able to come up there and, show what I can do. But in the meantime, I met Dean at a wrestling promotion in the South, in London. So Dan's watching; he's a part of this promotion, British Empire Wrestling. Very good.
I'll be honest with you. I really love that promotion, British Empire Wrestling. Declan and Tim, the two guys that run it, both absolutely lovely guys, really, really respectful, and I just feel like I've just fallen in love with the pair of them. They're basically just like brothers to me. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's guys like Declan and Tim what you actually need in this business. You know what I mean? I mean, it's guys like them that where you get to go where like talents get to go up with some of the best talents from like America and that. And it's an absolute pleasure to work for British Empire Wrestling. It's absolutely brilliant. Like I said, fantastic promotion. And I reckon BEW one day will be probably, I don't know, the next maybe the next Progress, if the next Progress promotion in London. That's to keep it going. That is, you know what I mean?
Again, and this is the biggest thing. What you said, as long as they keep it going. Now, from listening to you, if I was to get into promoting, this would be one of the biggest things that would turn me off from doing it because of the obstacles, the legislation, the insurance. There's so many other, factors that go behind it. Like what you mentioned when it came to booking the talent, they would have a high number of people on their friends, their fan page, but many of them may not be able to travel. So it's how do you get the income being generated while you're promoting, and just in case if you do sell out the show, but people can't make it down there, how do you still keep the income being generated after the show? And that we're finding more and more promotions putting their stuff on YouTube, Vimeo, on-demand services, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So for yourself, how do you manage to deal with so many different aspects when it comes to dealing with promoting? Well, running the promotion.
I can't even. I'll be totally honest with you. It's actually been a while since I've promoted. Because I mean, we haven't. Because I mean, myself and my promotion, we've been struggling very, very recently. We've been struggling to get on shows because basically, well, we were supposed to have a show in August or October time this year, I think it was. But until I found out, due to a family incident where sadly my nana's got cancer and we didn't know how long she's got left, so I had no other option but to cancel the show. And I've been really, really struggling recently with promoting and all that and rubbish. You know what I mean? It's not a really good time, to be honest with you.
With the cancer, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, and you know, again, from the mortgage side of things, we do understand, you know, how many people are affected by cancer because those figures are given to us on a regular basis. And that's why protection, life insurance, all that kind of stuff, it all comes in hand. So I hope that, you know, whatever happens, it's difficult to talk about these kind of things as well, you know, just in terms of cancer.
Oh no, especially with the coronavirus going on at the minute. It's just literally killing me because I'm actually struggling myself at the minute, trying to find ways to get food in for my property, and I can't actually get any food in because there's no wrestling shows going on at the minute. You know what I mean? I'm really, really struggling myself. Yeah, you know, and it's absolutely nightmare.
Yeah, well, hopefully the lockdown, as it gradually eases, hopefully by the 15th of June, it'll start to end. You know, we've heard
that.
Yeah, we're hearing more and more things. So whatever happens, we hope it's not going to be too long, and you know, you'll get back on your feet very quickly. Because again, you know, I've seen you work hard. So you know, when you can get up like 4 o'clock in the morning to get onto the coach to be in London or come in the night before, you know, so
that's the. I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's the when it comes to shows, and it comes to like say for example, I've got a booking down south for BEW, for instance, down in London. That's the worst thing, getting up at like 4 o'clock. But it's I mean at the end of the day, it's all worth it because you're actually doing the greatest job in the world, and you're actually living your dream, you know, and you're traveling up and down the country to work with different promotions, you know, and it's absolutely brilliant. And I'll be honest with you, I really, really well and truly enjoy it. It's just a great lifestyle. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, see, I would like to say, yeah, it's a fantastic lifestyle, but you know, it's being in front of the crowd. You know, when you got a crowd, and it's a lot of fun. At that point, the excitement, the electricity is there. But I've seen the promoting side, and I've seen the anguish, the anxiety, the tension building up, the anticipation. Are we going to have a sellout crowd? You know, as much as you can promote, are we going to have a sellout crowd? You must have gone through that.
Yep.
How did you cope?
Oh, I'll be honest with you, I didn't. Well, the first show, I was like, oh God. I don't know why I'm talking about promoting, but never mind. But I mean, I'll be totally honest with you now. Like, when I first started being a promoter, it was run about 2 months. I think it was about 2 months before my very, very first show back in 2016. I dropped off tickets at the event. At the venue, not the event, at the venue. Sorry. And then I rang the venue up about 2 or 3 weeks later just to go and check on tickets.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, even though it was actually 2 months before the event itself, and I found out 20 tickets have already been sold, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. And then I rang up again in September. Turns out all the tickets have gone.
Wow.
And I was absolutely buzzing. And then so then what I did was just to completely take the mickey, I just decided to drop off about another extra 100 tickets to the event. To the venue. Why am I saying event? I do not know. I just completely took the mickey, and believe it or not, the public liability insurance says I could only have about 120,
Yeah.
it turns out in total the amount of tickets sold was 150. Even though the venue could only hold 130.
Wow.
So basically, I actually went over that limit. It was absolutely brilliant. First ever show, successful, absolutely brilliant. And I was just at the end of that show, my first ever show as a promoter, I was just in tears at the end of it for how successful I was.
Hmm.
And then after that, that's when things started going a bit further downhill because I kept on cancelling shows and all that and stuff because of my job what I had as a carer, which I sadly lost now as well,
Cool.
because of the coronavirus and all that and stuff. But now that's how things started going down a little bit downhill for me and all that, and every now and again, and that's how I kept on struggling. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, not one promoter helped us at all. Not one promoter. No one lent us money. No one checked on us to make sure I was all right. Even though there were times where I was just stressed and punching holes in walls and that and doors and all that. You know what I mean? Just gone absolutely mad about it. And oh God, and I just had to take a walk down to the beach and that, you know, and sort myself out and just think about things, you know, and just figure out what the future is going to be in that, you know.
And listen to what you've said just now is that you've gone through the dip, but you found a way within yourself to pull yourself out of that dip, regardless of whether people helped you or not. You helped yourself, and you know that's the sign of someone that really has a lot of passion for what they do. Because if you didn't have any passion for it and it was just a money earner for you, you would have moved on to something else.
Yeah.
So you've had that genuine passion. You found a way out of it, and again carried on promoting until up until recently. But even now, I asked you to ask everyone on a Monday, put your links for your business onto my page so we can help one another out. You was one of the guys that done it. You put your link to your promotion on the page.
And also as well, I forgot to mention as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is at real. Oh, what's that name? I can't remember what the hell I named it as now. But
don't worry about it. I'll let you think about that. We'll take it at the end. If not, then you can send me the links and I'll put it onto the video when we post it up. And funny enough, talking about videos, one of the biggest frustrations I found with promotions was videos. Matches are filmed, then goes for editing, then comes back, and with some people they're absolutely fantastic, and other people are not so fantastic. How did you, how did you deal with filming your promotion?
How did I film my promotion? Was that?
How did you deal with the production side of your promotion? So getting the film.
Oh, right. That was actually done by a lovely girl called Leah, who's also from the northeast. Basically, she's one of she actually records every single wrestling event in the northeast up here. For me, in my opinion, she's probably one of the best. The amount of work she puts into it, absolutely amazing. And there's a few videos on our YouTube channel at Exciting Wrestling Entertainment on YouTube.
If you want to go and check them out, then feel free to, because again, there'll be people in here that would like to watch the wrestling, like my man Beidou. Thank you for joining in, man. Thank you. Beidou Samson, a fan of wrestling, and he cuts a very good promo as well. Just like Dan Allen as well, fan of wrestling, but also works within the industry too. So there are people out there who don't know much about the wrestling side, but are interested, and especially the British wrestling side. So yeah, if you ever want to put the link in to the YouTube channel, feel free to, but only on a Monday.
Well, sounds good. I like the sound of that.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the next part. So you've got the filming done, you put the production out, you put it onto YouTube, so you develop your following in the Northeast, especially with someone who's very proficient at what she does. You've also stepped into other roles within the wrestling circuit, behind the scenes, for other promotions, as well as refereeing. What's the future hold for you after, hopefully when things get back to normal, or to a state of normality when shows can start taking place? Are you going to continue with the promoting side? Are you going to calm it down? Are you going to keep working within the industry?
As far as promoting goes, I think I'm gonna. I have been thinking about it a lot, and I've been speaking to my family a lot. But I don't know yet. But I think I'm actually going to continue doing it, promoting.
That's good.
Because
I know it does take a personal toll. It takes a toll on your time, your money. It takes a toll, and you have to have a lot of passion to actually do it.
Oh no, especially when you're running a promotion, the main thing you need is sponsorships as well. But I mean, that's the thing with me in the minute with my promotion. I just can't get any sponsorships. So I mean, if there's anybody in the if there's anybody watching now, if you like run a business, or if you run like a small company, if you're looking for someone to sponsor, feel free to sponsor my wrestling promotion. That'd be really, really much appreciated. You know what I mean? And I mean, all that money goes towards shows and you name it. You know what I mean? Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are the links to the show? So, you got your YouTube channel. You got your Twitter page.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
EWE on Twitter or?
It is. We've got a Twitter page, which is at EWE Northeast, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can follow us on there. We're called or you can just type in EWE or type in Exciting Wrestling Entertainment, one of the three.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can follow the promotion on sorry, I meant to say you can actually follow Exciting Wrestling Entertainment EWE at EWE Northeast on Twitter. Also, and you can also follow myself, which is at Real Dino 88, which is my wrestling Twitter account as well. You can also find me on Facebook as well, which is myself, which is Dino Professional Wrestler. You can also follow Exciting Wrestling Entertainment on Facebook as well. So yeah, just go ahead and just keep up, and I'll try my best and keep you updated as much as I possibly can.
There was one question that came to me that someone asked me earlier. Yeah. What injuries have you sustained, which was the worst injury that you sustained in your professional wrestling?
Believe it or not, but well, funny enough, injuries, believe it or not, but in wrestling, I've never ever suffered any injury.
Wow.
Never ever suffered any injury in my life during my 10 or 11 years in professional wrestling. I've never ever suffered any injury.
That's good going. That's real good going. Wow. There's not much more I can say to that. Yeah. So, thanks, Dean, for being a part of the show. Guys, if you haven't been able to catch this on, now, then please feel free to catch it on the replay. I'll put up all the links later on. Dean, thanks for being a part of this, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. Guys, tomorrow I'll be doing my Facebook Live on buy-to-let markets. If you've got a question on the buy-to-let industry, I'll cover it all. So tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening.